Today, I will recap a spy thriller film called Red Sparrow. This movie feels like a raw nerve about how power and choice interplay. The movie begins with Domenica Agrova, a fast-rising ballerina. Domenica's career went down because her uncle blackmailed her. He manipulates her to become a Sparrow for the Russian intelligence agency. Domenica listens to music. At the same time, a CIA agent, Nick Nash, listens to a coded recording. After decrypting the code, he takes his gun from underneath the table and leaves the apartment. Domenica raced behind the scene of the theater and started her makeup for the upcoming dance performance on classical music. In the parallel scene, Nate entered the park to meet his Russian mole, Marble, but was confronted by the police. Nate shoots, so the police get distracted from the presence of a Russian mole. That intrigued the police and they chased Nate through the town, but Nate landed at the US Embassy. On the other hand, Domenica falls badly on stage due to her leading partner's over-the-top move and gets an injury after which she can no longer dance. Domenica's uncle Ivan steps in with a proposal. He is the high-ranking member of Russian secret intelligence agency, and he has recognized cunning and scrappiness in her since she was a child. Ivan offers her a job to work with him and gives her some photographs of the lead man kissing a girl who replaced Domenica in the ballet. Domenica knew that her injury was pre-planned. She went to the theater and beat the two with her walking stick. When Domenica returns home, she finds her mom Nina on the floor. And that is where she decides to accept the proposal of her uncle for the cost of her mom. She accepts the proposal, and as per her uncle's instruction, she dresses up. Her first job was to seduce a Dmitry, a gangster of Russia. This took a bad twist as he Domenica. In the meantime, an SVR agent enters the room and strangles the Dmitry with wire. That takes Domenica to make another choice. Ivan gives her two alternatives: either train as an agent or die for witnessing the murder of Dmitry. Of course, for her mother, she must choose the earlier option. For the Red Sparrow training, she went to state school. There, she met Matron, who told her to do as told. Teachings began, and Matron calls Domenica to put off her clothes because her body is now out of state. And because the state has nourished her, now you have the responsibility to give something back. But Domenica refuses. In another scene, Nate is back in Washington for the case brief. CIA adjourns him from foreign tasks. Nate continued to argue that Marble worked with him for 3 years and that he would not do so with anyone else. On the other hand, Domenica learned how to shoot pig and find out the traces of different substances. Meanwhile, Nate told CIA officials that he could find out whether Marble is alive or not. Because the CIA was not able to contact Marble, they assigned the final foreign assignment to Nate to meet Marble in Budapest. At State School 4, the matron told the class about the purpose of a Red Sparrow. Every one of us is a puzzle with a missing piece. A real Sparrow will establish the connection by becoming a missing piece. She told them how to manipulate people by seeking out their weaknesses, using their charms, and becoming whomever they must get the assignment done. On that day, one of her classmates tried to rape her, and she beat him to death. Domenica's uncle Ivan is in a meeting with a senior member of the SBR, General Korchnoi, to discuss about Nate. They know that Nate is trying to his utmost will to meet their mole to establish his identity. In the next scene, when the matron gets to know what Domenica did to her classmate, she, in anger, gives her an assignment in Budapest to seduce Nate and get every piece of information from him about the mole. Domenica gets an apartment alongside another agent, Marta. On the spur of days, she makes the connection with Nate, but Nate's shrewdness gave him a hint that she's a Russian agent and that he told everything about her to the CIA. At night, Domenica checks Marta's room and finds out that her assignment is to take out everything regarding a senior US staff member, Stephanie Busher. Nate invited Domenica out for a dinner date, but she waited outside the restaurant and waited for Nate to leave. Domenica met Ivan and told him that she was building trust with Nate. Ivan questioned Domenica about the slow process of her assignment. She said that she was helping Marta with her assignment. When Domenica reached her apartment, he saw Marta brutally murdered in the washroom while sharing information with Domenica. Domenica gets a warning from her uncle that if she shared her info with anyone or could not complete the task, her fate would be the same. Domenica went to Nate and told him everything that happened to her. Nate offers her to work for the CIA. She tells her that the CIA will not treat her like her uncle treats. He accepted Nate's offer and passed the lie detector test given by the CIA. She takes up the first task with Miss Busher to give Russians the fake disc. After completing the task, the Russian captured her and tortured her mercilessly. Russian continuously investigate whether she gave Miss Busher to the Americans or not. When she said no for the first time, they hung her from the ceiling and dropped water over her. The second time, they beat her up with a hammer. The final time, Domenica said that she did not give Busher to Americans, and this time she was threatened with a gun pointing at her head. But later it became clear that the gun was not loaded. Ivan entered the room and told them that he was her only protector and she had to achieve the credibility of Americans and make Nate believe in her. Domenica said to Ivan that please send her back and she would do the task efficiently. At that point, Domenica confused everyone about whose side she was on. When she returned to Budapest, she met Nate and he embraced her. It seems that both have feelings for each other. Domenica awakes in the middle of the night and sees Nate in the kitchen. An SVR agent named Martin was torturing Nate. He first pretends to assist him, but Domenica kills Martin but gets badly injured in the process. He wakes in the hospital, where General Vladimir Korchnoi, a high-ranking official who works with Ivan, reveals himself as the mole. He explained to Domenica that he was initially patriotic but became disillusioned after witnessing Russia's corruption. He tells Domenica that he will get caught soon, and hence instead of dying in vain, he wants her to expose his identity to Ivan. On the next day, a team of Russians and Americans assembled at the airport to exchange the moles. Nate holds Domenica and asks how she was able to give up the mole so easily. On the other hand, we see Marble steps out of the helicopter with a bag covering his face. Nate on the way repeatedly told Domenica that the Russians would never let them take Marble alive. Domenica said he would comprehend her decisions later. Domenica moves towards Russians, Marble moves towards Americans. However, one thing is left to identify the mole. After the Russians removed the bag from Marble's face, that was not Korchnoi, rather Domenica's uncle Ivan. Domenica's flashback tells us that it was Domenica who framed Ivan and implicated Ivan's identity, opened a bank account under Ivan's name and got money from the CIA. After all this, Domenica convinced the Russian intelligence agency that Ivan is the actual mole. Ivan at the airport said, "You killed me," and Domenica replied, "I did well, uncle." After reaching their respective sites, the Americans killed Ivan, but the Russians pushed Domenica into the helicopter. After reaching home, she received a Medal of Honor, and Korchnoi gave her a smirk. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and also subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. See you in the next video.